In this video, I am going to share with you what I have learned from growing this tiny little YouTube channel up now to a little less tiny 500 subscriber channel. However, I have found it to be a great tool to stay connected with both my current clients and new people looking to move to my marketplace. So sorry, this is one of those agent related videos, specifically the group that I work with out of Richard Robbins International, an amazing group of really progressive thinking real estate agents across Canada, across North America, but mostly across Canada. So if you're a real estate agent, you're going to want to pay attention to this one. If you're looking for my regular real estate content, you're going to have to check back in a couple of days. So in this video, I'm going to assume that you already have a channel. If you're an agent considering putting video into your business in order to reach out and connect with more people, I'm not going to show you how to set up the channel from the very beginning, but I have learned a bunch of stuff. So I thought I would break that down and show you actually on my screen here some of the things that I didn't even really know exist when I started this, but now that I've put them into play, they're actually turning into people connecting with me on this platform. Okay, so let's get into it here. I'm going to show you my screen, and this is your YouTube dashboard. If you don't already know, you have a studio within YouTube. Basically, it's your back-end dashboard. So you can see that my channel is just tiny here, 573 people currently subscribing. It gets me anywhere from a few thousand. On the average video is only a couple of hundred, but as I said, it is turning into people that really like the information, and that's all you really need in this business. Is only a few. I'm not trying to sell 5,000 houses a year. That would be great, but realistically, it only takes a few people. So with just a few hundred subscribers, you can actually connect with people and do business. But if they don't know who you are, or if you're not set up properly on this page, it could run into trouble. So the first thing I'm gonna do is recommend that you go down here into customization on your left-hand menu. And when you do get into customization, now there's a couple of, once you actually have content, there's a couple of videos that you can load up here. Specifically, new people arriving to my channel, I like them to see my buy property by 25 years old video, because I strongly believe that is the best way for you to gain equity in real estate. Buy young, so I hit them with that. But also, when you're a returning subscriber, you're going to see a cool video that we put out about our client event that we put on. So you can kind of see some of the benefits you get when you work with our team. So that's kind of cheesy, but let's get into the branding side of it. First thing I want you to do is obviously have a picture. Now, I am super anti-picture in real estate. I think it's terrible that we're the only profession out there that puts our picture on our business cards. I just don't view it as extremely professional. I don't have pictures on much or any of my branding outside of, say, my website and some of the social media. But YouTube, realistically, here I'm selling my opinions on real estate, and you probably want to see my face because you're going to see a lot of it in my videos. You may, if you approach YouTube as not necessarily having your opinions being the centerpiece, but maybe you're featuring properties, you could possibly change this. However, realistically, people that are connecting with me on YouTube want to get to know me, so I think you do need your picture there. For compliance, I also have my team name, obviously, and as well as my company brokerage. So after that, you have channel art, or your banner image, they call it here. It's otherwise known as channel art. Now, if you're gonna make channel art, I did do it completely wrong in the beginning, and I'll show you what I mean. You can go over into something like Canva. Canva is a website where you can just find those templates for all your different social media. So you can go to templates, YouTube channel art, and you can basically copy and steal all of these cool looking things, or change them and modify them to fit you. But if you do create your own, it's going to be super interesting to know that you actually have to fit it within a certain area. Now, this whole thing that you see on my screen here, this whole white page, is as big as the channel art is. However, depending on the device you're on, this white part will not be seen on some devices, this gray part will not be seen on some devices, and this dark gray part in the middle will actually be seen on all devices. So that is the actual spot where you need to worry about putting in your information. Now, let me pop over really quickly to my page, and you can see, that's the banner there. And if I go back to the page that shows me, that's how small that area particularly is. So I want all of this information, as I said, on my page to be within that particular tight spot. Now, again, I'm going to put a picture of me there. It's, like I said, one of the only places I want to do it. But in this little small section, I want you as the agent to put what it is you do there. If you're a downtown loft specialist, put that in. Particularly myself, I mean, we do Surrey, Delta, Langley, Fraser Valley residential real estate. So it's there. And there's also a quick contact either by email, if that's easiest for the client, or potential viewer, or they can send me a text message to my team line. Obviously for compliance, specifically in BC, they're really tight on it. Your brokerage and team name, all that stuff have to be there. So now going back into customizing your channel, you've got a couple of things going on. You've got your picture up, so it's you, so they can identify that it's you. When they go to your channel, they can identify that it's you, and they can also identify what it is you do and how to connect with you. Now, really quickly, I would recommend that you keep going down and you check out this watermark situation down here. Now, you can download any picture and put in that watermark. What that watermark does is on every single one of your videos, it just gives someone a very quick and easy way to subscribe to your channel if they like what it is you're saying. They don't have to go out of the video, and it will show. Let me see if I can show you exactly where that is. So if I pick one of my most recent videos, and I'm going to mute it here so you don't have to hear me, you can see that watermark is sitting down there. Now mine is silly because I like to be silly. It's a picture of my face with the YouTube logo over top of it, and it says subscribe. You can do whatever you want there. It doesn't have to be that. You can just steal one. But if somebody clicks that button, they can now easily subscribe to the channel as opposed to scrolling down trying to find out where they are going to hit subscribe. Or if they forget to hit subscribe, just because it's not easy enough, next time they come in, they may actually forget who you are. So make it easy. Put in your watermark, because if people like your message, you want it easy for them to come back and hear more of your message. So now you're all branded up. Everything is good. I'm going to actually pop over to my friend Tom's Stories page, and you're going to see something very, very similar. You're going to see his branding, his picture, all in his banner, Toronto real estate experts, and a contact information, and even an email. Like it's all there. And then there is his picture. It's a picture of him. So that is a setup. I'm going to test you, Tom, right now. I'm going to click on one of your videos. And there, hey, there's his subscribe button is all preset and done. So yeah, Tom, I audited your channel. You're all set up and it looks great. Okay, the next thing I want to get into is your basic info, and your description needs to be filled in. It's just the next tab over on customizing your channel called basic info. This is all about you. When you hit the about button on your YouTube channel, this is what's going to pop up. So you better have something in there that slightly explains what it is that you do. I really prefer to have all of this information down below, where they can see me on social media, how they can get in touch with me. It's all about making it easy for the person to get in touch with me. And if you actually scroll down a little bit further, you can even put in links like my Calendly link, my Facebook link, Instagram. All of that stuff will then show up. I'll show you exactly where. I'm going to go back to my page because that video is still playing. So all of that information, like the links, pop in right up here where it says book a call with me, my Instagram, and all that stuff. And then if you go into the about page, that little blurb is right there for everyone to view. Now, the next thing I'm going to want you to do is go back into your studio. So we've set up the layout, what it looks like when someone comes to your page. We've also set up all the branding and some information about you. Next thing I want you to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom here and go to settings in the bottom left hand corner. And then there is, are we going to go to channel? We are going to go to channel. Now, there is some basic information about your channel that you can fill in, including which country you're in, obviously, and then some keyword tags that might be beneficial to you in your marketplace, what people may search for and how they relate to you. This will help YouTube determine what it is you do, and then push people towards those search terms in your overall channel. And that is kind of cool. However, this is the part I did not know that turned out to just be absolutely amazing. You can also put in these sort of tags and uploads in any video that you're putting in. So you're going to put in slightly different tags depending on, in my scenario, you might be looking for investing or buying real estate or selling real estate. You're going to change these tags ever so slightly, but only ever so slightly. And you don't want to type them in every single time. So there's actually this button here called upload defaults. Now, when you fill in upload defaults, this information will automatically default into your video so you don't have to retype it every single time. As an example, here I put in our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. That's in the description of every single one of my videos. All of my contact information, again, is in the description, and then there's a little blurb down the bottom. I'm going to make it default to go public when I upload any particular video. And then these are all of my presets. Now, I may change these tags. However, these are likely tags that will most help YouTube help other people discover me. So I want them just pre-done in, and then I can actually analyze those tags per video while I'm uploading them, but I don't have to remember all, whatever it is, 25 of them that are there. So now you're all set. Well, what is it that you're going to actually post about? Well, that is up to you. My feeling about this industry is that we are way too douchey with suits and promoting ourselves too much, and we're not worried enough about what the client is looking for. The client wants to do research on the properties or the areas of where they're moving to. And what do we do as agents? We jam listings down their throats with us in fancy suits and fancy cars. Well, let me be perfectly open and honest here. It is not a way to get business by showing someone how fancy your suit is or how fancy your listings are. Now, the listing video can be a crucial part of your business, but it's more likely to impress the seller of the property, in other words, to get the listing, or it's more important to the buyer who's actually considering purchasing that home. But YouTube is this big, huge funnel of people that are learning about different things, going in different directions. They don't really care about an individual listing video, and they probably don't care too much about the videos to do with you as a salesperson as they do the information that you can provide them. You have to deliver value in an effort to show people that you are the right pick for them. And that's kind of the way and the approach that I've taken. Let me dive right back into it. I have decided that, I'm only going to do videos like this. I just talk to the camera and tell my ideas about real estate, when it's a good time to buy, all that type of stuff. And I also prefer being silly. I'm a generally silly person, and I enjoy being silly. So my thumbnails are silly, and ideally going to grab their attention. But before I get into thumbnails and titles, which are extremely important, I talk about the market, what the market's doing. That's what most people care about. Tips about my marketplace, or possibly the process about moving. General real estate information can kind of fit in that same spot. I really like to cover articles and news trends that are going on that are important for the buyers or sellers to know about. But most importantly, I'm giving my opinion. People are going to buy into whatever my opinion is. Well, not everybody, but only the people I'm looking for. There will be people that resonate with your opinion, and they're going to find you if you do this all properly. There are people that are showing they're resonating with my opinion, and it might not be the most popular one out there. However, I'm not looking to provide value to those people that don't agree with me. I'm not trying to catch every single person out there on YouTube. I only want to find the people that are moving to my marketplace of Surrey BC or the surrounding areas, and the people that I think I could best jive with. Well, the realistic best way for me to do that is show them my opinions. I don't want to work with someone who doesn't like my opinions. So this is a really good way for the people to get to know me in advance of actually getting to know them in person. So again, now the channel's set up and I have an idea what I want it to look like. So let's get into the three main points of actually putting a video together. And those 3 points are, well, first, I want you to start with a thumbnail. A thumbnail is this little picture here, and mine, like I said before, are all kind of silly and crazy to try and grab the attention. Now, I'm not gonna lie here. They gotta be a little clickbaity because you have to grab that person's attention. Not as many people are going to click on a picture of you smiling in a suit that says market update as they might something like this, where I have literally a big red down arrow with some money signs behind it and me kind of giving a silly face. That's got 1,400 views. Some people didn't even like that video, but hey, that's okay. It's getting my face out there and people are clicking on it, which is the most important part. The second most important part actually brings us to titles. Now, I used to believe that less title was more. Then I went the opposite, and I actually started to think that more title was more. And I would make those things very, very searchable, those titles very searchable by the description. And now I think I've kind of come back a little ways, and let me give you an example of this. The number one video I have out right now is this one right here, for the most views that I have out is for only 4,700 views, which is not a lot on YouTube. However, for me, and only looking for a few clients and not all of the clients, it's performing quite well. Now, the title of that is 2021 Canadian Real Estate Market Shift, Changing from a seller's market to a balanced market. Now, that video did very, very well. I think if I redid that today, I would take the second part off. I think I would just have it say 2021 Canadian Real Estate Market Shift. And I think that that would be searchable enough, because really, what are people searching? 2021 Canadian Real Estate blank. That's what they're searching. I don't think you need the other side. However, it did perform well, so maybe I should continue to play with it, but I really think that that thumbnail of me making a silly face and then kind of some small writing that people kind of have to pay attention to, plus the title, really drove people to find this both searchable and clickable. And the next thing that you need to do is actually make content. So now you've got your page all set up. You've got your thumbnails ironed out and what your page was going to look like, or your videos are going to look like, your titles, you've worked through all of that. Now you actually have to make a video and post it. Well, I recommend that you make a video showcasing you, because if you're looking for clients, your clients are going to want to know what they're going to get. And they, like I said before, they're not all necessarily going to agree with you and your opinions, but you're not looking for those people. There's lots of people out there on YouTube, and you're going to find people that agree with your opinions, and they're going to resonate towards you. Personally, I've taken the opinion that, again, those listing videos and that aren't really the way I want to go. It's great for the sellers. It's great for the buyers. It's not necessarily good for me providing value to more people, except for those particular clients. So for sure, do those things for those clients. However, my opinions and me posting what I think about certain topics actually ends up getting out there and resonating with more people. So let me give you some examples of things you may want to post about. You may want to give your opinion of anything going on in your area. What neighborhoods are the best neighborhoods to invest in within your marketing area? Which neighborhoods are great for families? That's pretty important. What is the offer process like in your marketplace? What are you expecting the market to do? These are all types of topics that people moving to your area want to know about, and you'd be shocked at how many people are doing that research on YouTube. And I think that's actually the majority of clients that you're going to get. They're actually people that are probably outside of your area or very close to outside of your area, thinking about moving to your area. As an agent, you need to be the person that they're doing. I like to think of it this way. If you're looking for listings, there's a good chance they're gonna, pick the guy off the bus bench. But how do they know when they're moving to an area that they know nothing about, that the guy off the bus bench, that they just really got literally landed in from the airport and they're driving down the street and they're like, I'll call that guy on the bus bench. How do they know that that guy's going to give them good information? Well, this is a way better way to get in front of people before they even end up landing and having the opportunity to pick that guy off the bus bench. So that's probably the best strategy. And now you are set. You've got your thumbnails again, your channel's all set up, you got your titles, and you've got content. But you can't just post. This is a mistake I made ages ago. I actually said this to a friend of mine that was in the industry. It's like, I make this great video, I spend all this time on it, and nobody watches it. Well, that's because it was centered around me and not providing value to other people. But I also only did it like once every month or 2 months. You need to post more often. Currently, I'm posting to the tune of 3 times a week, which is a ton of work, but it is paying off in meeting new people, and they are appreciating learning things before reaching out and hiring me. But I do think that the absolute minimum, if you're going to tackle YouTube, the absolute minimum is you have to do for sure 1 video every single week. So if you're not going to commit to 52 videos a year, you're probably going to do better on other platforms like Instagram or possibly Facebook. But I do know that people come to YouTube for research, and the structure of how YouTube works is actually there because people are researching and they're wanting to know information. the structure doesn't work well for me in Instagram and YouTube because people are literally flicking as fast as they can. They're scrolling, they're not learning. My idea here has been kind of an education-based platform for people to do the research on, and so that's why I picked YouTube. For example, when I posted a video on Instagram, the exact same video on Instagram and YouTube, Instagram's retention was absolutely terrible. Most people, more than 75% of the people, watched less than 2 seconds of the video. However, here on YouTube, my average viewership for the exact same video, the average person is watching it for 50% of the video, believe it or not. So that means in the first couple seconds, half the people are gone, but the other half actually stay until the end of the video. And since you're here near the end of this video, I'm going to let you in on the #1 secret. And it's no different than selling properties. You have to ask for the order. You have to let people know what your channel is about and then ask them to support your channel. Just like when you're selling a house, what do? You ask the person, do you like this house? Are you considering buying this house? Should we move on to another house? You have to do that same thing within your real estate videos. So ask the people to like and subscribe to your channel because you're providing them with information about a certain thing. And I'm going to now give you an example of exactly how that ask goes. And I put this in every single one of my videos. It goes something like this. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe as it really helps the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single real estate update. And if you could, please make sure to hit the like button. The like button is the #1 thing that YouTube uses to help rank this information and get it out to other people. So you hitting the like button can actually get this information out to more people who can then also hit the like button. And now that you're at the really end of this video, I'm also going to ask you to please click and subscribe. If you watch this far, you obviously like what I have to say. You might actually like some of my ideas that I'm getting out to the public that's actually turning into real clients. So I do encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, but also watch back here because you may, as an agent yourself, be able to take some of the ideas that I'm putting out there and apply them to your place. Obviously, I don't want you to steal all of my content, but I do want you to take that info, those same ideas, and apply it within your own marketplace. Because if you're selling Prince George, BC, or Moose Jaw, or wherever the heck you are in the country, the people out there moving to those areas want to know more about it. So if I can help you gain some ideas of things that you might be able to talk about within your own marketplace, hey, stealing is kind of where it's at. Like I said, don't steal the script, just steal the idea. And there you have it. That is what I have learned growing this tiny little humble channel from as low as I think 50 subscribers at the beginning of the year up to over 500 subscribers as of today. And I'm doing it just by sharing my opinions and trying to bring people value in advance of them hiring me. So giving away stuff for free in order that thing that is free is hopefully something of value to those people, and then they reach out. And let me tell you, it is actually working. This is probably the best resource for meeting people that I didn't already know. Obviously, repeat and referral is the basis of most agents' business, but YouTube has actually exploded for myself and my team, and it's actually turning into real live clients because they appreciate the information. Thanks so much for watching, and please, if you haven't already subscribed, do it, and check back in a couple of days for another video.